am here to get you excited about cooking. I absolutely love cooking for my family. It brings me the most joy probably of anything to be able to sit down at dinner time with my family with a fantastic, delicious, nutritious meal that is homemade, not from a box, not from the fast food drive-thru. We'll show you how to make these meals with your budget in mind. I'm here to show you how to cook a roast beef and make amazing meals out of a roast. It's one of my favorite things to do and one of the easiest and most economical meals that you can find out there. I've had a lot of friends tell me that they don't like to buy roasts because it's too expensive and for only one meal. But what I absolutely love is to buy a roast and make it last at least 4 to 5 meals. So I like to start out with a frozen roast, but if you get one that's fresh and not frozen, that works just as well too. So the night before you want this, you pull out your roast, and I have here a beef bottom round roast, a boneless. You can watch your weekly ads if your ads come in the newspaper or in the mail. You can look at them and watch for them, and I typically won't buy a roast unless it's $1.99 or less a pound. So, and when you do find it for that great deal, if you have the means, go ahead and buy several because they last in the freezer up to a year frozen. So I have one that I'm gonna prepare tonight, and so it'll be ready for tomorrow. You pull it out of the freezer, and you wanna get a Reynolds, this is one of my very favorite tools, is a Reynolds oven bag. And they have a large size and a turkey size bag. And depending, it says on there what size for meats and poultry, 8 to 24 pounds or whatever. And so my roast here is about 3.5 pounds. So I would just need the large size. But it's one of my favorite to do roasts in. It helps hold in all the juices and keeps it moist. So you want to pull out one of these Reynolds bags and open it up, and you can get a pan, doesn't matter what kind of pan, you can even get a cookie sheet, something that has just a little lip, just in case maybe some of the juices seep out or something. But most of the time they won't, because that's what the oven bag is for, is to keep it all in there. So I take my roast, after you've washed your hands, I take my frozen roast over to the sink. We come over to the sink and run it under some cool water, just because my roast is frozen solid. And I need the packaging to be able to come off easily. And make sure you get off all of the packaging. On the very bottom, sometimes they have a little thing that gets frozen. I run it under some water a little bit, and I stick it in my bag. I add about 2 cups of water to my roast. After you add your 2 cups of water, one of my very favorite things to use, and it gives it an awesome flavor, is the Lipton onion soup. It's just recipe, soup, and dip mix. You take one of the packages and open it up and sprinkle it in and on the roast. The whole package. You can experiment with different spices if you want. Anything. So just salt and pepper works fantastic. You can add thyme. You can add any kind of steak rub if you want. It just depends on the type of flavor you want. But the Lipton onion soup flavor is probably one of my favorites. And it helps the gravy be fantastic and delicious. Now I just kind of rub it in there. And then you get the special twist tie that was in the oven bag that comes with. And you twist it on. Pull it through. And one of the very most important things you need to do is make 3 small slits in the bag, because it'll get hot and you need a way for the steam to escape. And you don't want it to explode in your oven with all the juice going everywhere. So there we have it. All right, we're placing it in the oven at 200 degrees. And this is, of course, the night before. And I like to have it go about 12 hours when you come and get it in the morning. Usually most ovens are set to turn off after 12 hours. So if you happen to forget to go and turn it off or whatever, it'll probably beep at you after 12 hours. And the reason I like to do it in the oven, it's just like a slow roasting. Some people like to do it in a crock pot. That's not my favorite way. You can do it, but my favorite is to do it in the oven with an oven bag for at least 12 hours. If it's thawed, you could do it for less time, 8 hours or so. And it comes out so tender that even little children can chew this tender, amazing meat and have amazing meals with the yummy roast that cooks all night. And you don't have to worry about it. Super easy prep work for you, and amazing and delicious. So we'll see how it turns out in the morning.